Hello, my fellow YouTubers and TikTok followers. So I'm going to do things a little differently this go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover only 2 questions and keep the video kind of short. And I want to leave everything open for comments for you to ask questions. Ask questions about topics that you would like me to cover, right? Because this is a lot of information. But if you have like specific questions or knowledge that you would like to know, I can take one of those questions and give you knowledge based on that specific question, right? Instead of just bombarding you with a ton of information. There's just a lot to know about bats. So Mrs. Bats is looking to make this more pliable for you, right? So the first question we're going to be covering is how many bat species are there in the world? Currently there's about 1,400 different types of species in the world. Now, bats are actually the second largest order of mammals after rodents, and they can be found on every continent in the world except for Antarctica, because it's a bit cold, right? Now, bats do vary in a lot of different sizes, so like the tiny kitty hognose bat, also known as the bumblebee bat, actually weighs less than a penny, right? So that's pretty darn small, pretty darn light. And then you have your very large ones that you probably see advertised the most, which are going to be your flying foxes, and they have like a wingspan of up to 6 feet. So imagine where Batwoman, this is bats, or Batman got their whole idea from, right? So 6 feet, that's pretty long. I think it's probably taller than me. So that's pretty long, that's me sideways. So outside of the main categories of the fruit-eating bats and the insectivores, and the blood-sucking ones, we actually have bats that actually fly and catch fish. Like they actually catch live fish and eat those too. We have a lot of different categories of bats. There's 2 main categories. There's the megabats and there's the microbats. What does that mean? So megabats are actually known as fruit bats, or like the flying foxes I just mentioned, as a wingspan of 6 feet. They are larger microbats and they are well-developed sense of sight. So they don't use echolocation to navigate to find food, which is pretty cool, right? Because when we think of bats, we think only of echolocation. That's not it. Like I said, there's so many facts about bats to know. Megabats are usually found in tropical areas and subtropical regions around the world, like Belize, of course. Microbats also is the other category of bats, and they're known as echolocating bats, right? Where they use like a radar to be able to locate things in their sensory area for food or what have you. And that's why sometimes you don't see bats running into objects, right? Because they have an echolocation, so they send signal back and forth. They also have a more developed sense of hearing. I know everybody says just because bats use echolocation that they don't really have hearing, and that's not true. They actually have fantastic hearing, especially for microbats. But they do use the echolocation just to navigate, to find food, and different things like that. So with this factual information, it's a lot to cover, and I don't want to bombard you or confuse you, which I kind of felt like my longer video that I last posted kind of did that, which is kind of why I want to leave the comments open so you can ask questions. Ask questions. Hey, Miss Bats, how do you get rid of bats? Hey, Miss Bats, which bats cause rabies? Miss Bats, what is the health effects of guano or bat urine? What is it that happens when you're exposed to those kind of things? Any questions that you have about bat guys, ask Miss Bats. I'm gonna get you the facts. So again, I know it's a lot of information, so whatever you'd like me to share, hit it in the comments below. So now, let's announce the winner, but first, let's enjoy a little dance for bat facts and enjoy some Belizean culture.
You are now tuned in to BME LLC. This is Bleed Boy, it must be the love in the air. It must be the love in the air. I need my dude. I love my dude. I need my dude. I love my dude. I stepped into the with a pocket full of money. I'm loose as a goose. I make that, you so loose. By the groups, it's a house party. I got get it, naughty. Police a fool. I got girls gone wild, don't trouble. They not on trial. I got them on down, bottom up, going down. We Lone Star State, hey, all night, hey, sleeping all day. I pack my, hey, I woke up in a great mood. It's Friday, nothing to do, no studio tonight. Tryna call my crew, I got that loot. Here's my address, I'm about to tryna get a bitch on dress. It must be the love in the air. It must be the love in the air. I need my dude. I love my dude. I need my dude. I love my dude. She said she like to party, show her body. We gon' do it all day, every day, all day, all night. We gon' do it all right. She says she feeling super naughty, wanna kiss and fool somebody. We gon' take you to the back, and we gon' show you a few things. We gon' do the thing. They know my name. I got white cheek, grind on me, give me got an ass girl. Mom used to call me white, Sam bold. I like the bitch, that bitch a pro, touching the toe. Hey, body daddy.
So glad you were able to enjoy a little bit of that Belizean culture and some dance for backpacks. But here's the thing, somewhere in the video, I actually just kind of flashed the name of the winner. So if you didn't catch it and you're at the end of the video, let me explain how everything works, and I'm gonna tell you to go back and watch the video. So, what you're gonna do is go to TikTok, go to Mrs. Bats 101, make sure you give me a follow. After that, you're gonna pay attention to the hints I give you all week, and after those hints, you're gonna figure out which video it is that I'm referring to. I want you to share it to any social media platform. It doesn't matter. Just share that video. That's all you gotta do. And make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Once you do that, you already get announced into the drawing of the next week's drawing for the cash giveaway. So again, just make sure you go back to the video. I dropped it, so if you were skimming through really fast, I'm sorry. I made it a short video for you so it wasn't too much excitement and anticipation. You're trying to figure out who it is that's the winner, right? Go back, watch the video. It's good, fun facts, and it's short. So enjoy. Congratulations, and we'll see you the next go around. Let's dance for some more backpacks.